the solar flares really affect those the most. Over. Learn a lot of things. You have to learn how to eat, how to drink out of a bag, with no gravity, how to go to the bathroom. Things that we sort of do, we can do with our eyes closed on Earth. You have to relearn those things because everything's floating around. So that's probably the biggest mental leap that you have to make. And then physically, you don't really use your legs much anymore when you're up here, and so we have to keep doing exercise with a resistive exercise device and also on a treadmill to keep our muscles strong so we can walk when we get back to the planet. Over. Hey, Tommy, it is incredible. I mean, it's being out here in space. Everything is kind of dark and sterile when you look off into deep space. And the station has bright colors on it, solid colors. But then you look at the Earth, and it's like an explosion of color. It's just unbelievable. And even at night, over. So a good start if you want to be an astronaut. And then I went on to school to study engineering, and I got a bachelor's degree and then a master's degree in engineering. And if you're interested in math, science, or engineering, it's a great field too. Those are great fields to go into if you're interested in being an astronaut. Over. Oh gosh, that's a good question. More unusual. I think Courtney, the most unusual thing is you kind of feel a little bit weird, like you get sort of misoriented when you're up here for about the first 30 days or so, and then after that period of time, when you enter a room, like if you're walking into a room, you look around at the things that are on the floor because usually you don't have things around on the walls or the ceiling. But here you can float into a module and you can have experiments on the floors, the floor, the walls, the ceiling, and so that's probably the most unusual thing that I've had to get used to. Over. That's a great question, Joseph. And usually during the week, NASA keeps us pretty busy with experiments and everything. And then on the weekends, we usually have some time to ourselves. And we like to read. I read and I look out the window and take photos. We're able to talk to our families and friends. I get the chance to talk on the ham radio. So it's really a lot of fun. Over. Good question, Kim. Well, we go off of Greenwich Mean Time, which is Greenwich, the prime meridian that runs through Greenwich, England. And it's also referred to sometimes as Zulu time. So we're 4 hours ahead of you right now. So right now it's 2:30 in the afternoon. So we operate our workday off of Zulu time, Greenwich Mean Time. Over. Nathan, good question. It took us 8 minutes and 30 seconds to get from the launch pad into space. But then it took us 2 days to get to the space station. So we have to get it just right because we're traveling so fast. We have to make sure we match it up just right. So it takes 2 days to get to the space station. Over. Great question, Mara. Well, they're actually a little bit clearer from the space station because we don't have to look through the atmosphere. So the stars don't twinkle when you're out here in space and you look at them. And then both day and night, because we're orbiting the Earth so many times, we get 16 sunrises and 16 sunsets each day. So it's hard to determine what time of day it is when you look outside the window. Over. Hey, Lucas. Well, today in about 3 hours, I take over as commander of the space station. So then I guess I'm the guy that's responsible for everything going on. So a lot of experiments going on, and in about 3 hours, I'll be taking over command of the space station from Alexander Skvortsov, and we've got lots of different things going on board. We got a lot of maintenance on the systems and things, and all the experiments.